Bro, like between us men, like life is just like one big old penis swinging contest.
Yo, facts.
Yo, facts. Cause it's always about like what's in your pockets, what's in your pants, or how many girls you're with. And I've always said, bro, like the top dog in any room, like if we're all naked, the top dog would be the one with the biggest piece. Cause we all like, yo.
You're not wrong, dog.
So one thing that I'm hearing a lot about is toxic masculinity towards women. And I think you mentioned something about how it's on men to, change our relationships with women. But have you guys considered that toxic masculinity can also be between men?
Oh yeah.
And even though there hasn't been a male-to-male battle throughout history, it still happens where. And I think someone else made this point where men have trouble expressing themselves to their own male friends. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you guys want to.
Yo, that's real. Like, okay, and I know for a fact. Here's the thing, and I know for a fact all of us are gonna be able to agree with this. We've all been in that situation where it's like, your ego gets tested. Mm-hmm. And it's a sense of like, and in those situations, and it's crazy because it's like it's a lose-lose situation regardless, right? When I was younger. I used to just fight. Like I was an angry kid. So anytime somebody said something, even if somebody was looking at me funny, I was like, all right, what's up? Like what's popping? You know what I mean? Exactly, right? And it was like, it's this sense of like, whatever, like nobody should, it's a sense of feeling like you can't be questioned, you can't be tested, you're supposed to be able to live however you want and nobody can tell you anything. And in that sense, we see it play out. A lot of the wars that have happened in the world are because of dudes feeling like their ego got tested and they felt like they got to go out of their way to do stuff. Even if you look at it on a smaller scale, and this is the example I love talking about, there's a lot of black men in the hood right now murdering each other every single day because of stuff like this. Because you feel like this dude disrespected you, he stepped on your kid. I've been at house parties where a man steps on another man's kicks and the guy pulls a gun out. And it happens all the time, right? And it's funny because it's like, you would think as you go up in wealth and class, it would change. It doesn't change. It just looks different, right? Where it becomes like, do you know who I am? Right? Do you know what I'm worth? And a lot of that stuff is like, that's how we've been taught. And it's kind of chopped because it's like, part of me doesn't want to blame, like, because you never want to blame like a group that you're a part of. But it's like at the same time, we got to look at it and be able to be like, yo, like what are we doing? We're literally murdering each other just because we feel like, this guy doesn't feel the way I feel, and I feel like I have this reputation to protect, so I'm gonna murder him. And that happens every single day. It's happening outside today.
I agree with you. I think it's worse than between men, if anything. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because we like, with a girl, it's like, we kind of lay down a little bit because they're also like that. With a guy, it's like two negatives trying to come together. They're pushing each other off. So you're trying to be the most masculine. You're like, are you crazy? I'm bigger than you. Yo,
it's like legit. I remember having this conversation with my friends. I was like, bro, like between us men, like life is just like one big old penis swinging contest.
Yo, facts. Yo, facts.
Cause it's always about like what's in your pockets, what's in your pants, or how many girls you're with. And I've always said, bro, like the top dog in any room, like if we're all naked, the top dog would be the one with the biggest piece. Because we all like, because like, men have this like sick thing of comparing ourselves to each other.
It's facts, dog. It's fact, and even if you look at it like this, even beyond that, right? Once it gets to a point where it's like, let's say you are the top dog in whatever space that is. Yeah. I know for a fact every man has been a top dog because he feels like I'm a big man, whatever. You get to be the top dog, and then it's like, now what? What's the next one? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it all boils down to like appearance and like how like us as men look and stuff. We have like this preconceived notion that like everybody's supposed to be wearing like the latest fashion. Everybody's supposed to have money. Everybody's supposed to be this, that, because that's what women are attracted to. So we're just in this like So like we're in this like, I don't know, race to the top. Like everybody's just trying to like be better than everybody, and like it's not how it should be, like we should be building each other up in a way that like, us men could like come together and just say, you know what, let's put our differences aside and just like be men.
So would you say that toxic masculinity in a sense is inspired by what men think women want?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Well,
I'm
to a
gay.
certain extent.
It's because I think like a lot of men are like, oh, women want this in like a guy, but it's like I don't think that's necessarily true. Like in a lot of ways, like I think honestly, as all men are different, all women are different. So it's like, yeah.
And to even like to add to that too, like as a straight guy, when you literally like it's funny because the fact that you said like what we think women want, because it's funny because like a lot of the stuff that men are like I'm gonna kill him with this. she's gonna love this. A lot of time women don't care. So it's like, you know, we have this like image in our own head and we're like, yo, this is where we're gonna go off of, and it's like it's not even accurate in the first place to begin with, and then now we're in this situation. So it's like I feel like a lot of it, and I can never say like all of it at all because there's a lot of factors that play into it, but definitely a lot of it is fueled by like literally like, yo, I'm about to flex for that, I'm about to flex for it, I'm about to flex for that, you know?
I honestly think it's because like society has like perverted it, and to an extent, like people have ways of like, you know, sharing these like kind of things, like saying, oh yeah, this is what women want, you know, like online for like fitness stuff. They say, oh yeah, like get your body chiseled, you know, your girl's gonna love you, and you know, like you see all the girls running towards like the like, you know, muscular man on the beach and shit. So like, you know, obviously like little boys, they're not gonna know what to do, you know, so they're just gonna be like, oh shit, I want to look like that when I'm older, you know, like I'm gonna get my body like neat so I could be that, when realistically you actually don't need to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like multifaceted still. Like I do think like what girls want plays a big fact in what men want. Cause like when I think about like the way like my sisters or cousins like look at guys, like, you know, like I'm like not toxic enough. I know when a guy's good looking, you know what I mean? But sometimes I'm like, yo, this guy's better looking than that one. But she's like, nah, like this guy has this is his status, this is what he's doing, this is how much he makes, this is what he's pushing. And like when you look at it from a biological standpoint, like women are wired to like want to like produce what's the best possible option, because you can only do so how much often. Yeah, there's like social and contextual things that like shape that, but it's just like in order to reproduce, you got to be the top dog. You know, there's a like, for example, I could be better looking than Chris Brown. Like I know for sure I'm more muscular than Chris Brown, but I'm not gonna get like girls like Chris Brown is, because
Chris
like,
Brown, you have 24 hours to respond.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But like, you have to look at it like looks aside, because a better looking individual, but like he has more status, he has more power, he has more money, so it's like he's gonna be considered a top dog, and we have to compare ourselves to that, and he's gonna have more reach of women.
But
so,
again, so
even though he's trash.
Just to interject again, doesn't that then go to just the construct that we all have of what we're looking for? I don't really think it's a case of, because where Owen said like him being gay, what a woman thinks has nothing to do with it. It's just this construct of this is what we are supposed to desire. It's the same way if you pose that to women, like this is what you're supposed to want. And it's like each individual person wants different things, right?
But like to ask you and any like woman in this like room, like if like for example this guy had everything like you wanted, but like he was dead broke, like is that like an ideal situation, or does he even look as attractive? I don't want to like stereotype or like generalize, but I feel like in a lot of women's case, like, you know, for example, if we're looking at the financial side of how we view masculinity, like some guys would be viewed like less masculine because he can't provide for himself and therefore he can't provide for you. So does that make him less of a man?